Okay, so this game was scheduled to start at 10:30, but I just got to the rink and it says 10:40 on the board. So I think we're going to be a bit late on the start. And the game in front of us went a little long. So they're just starting to cut the ice. I suspect this game's going to start closer to about 10:50. So if you want to grab a cup of coffee or some popcorn, we'll get started here shortly.
That's awesome. You got the expert, huh?
Well, the Zamboni is done, and they are closing the Zamboni doors, and we have 2 referees, and we have 2 teams. We got to set the nets up, and I think they're going to invite the kids to come on the ice for a warm-up. Okay, warm-up begins. One extra skater today that we didn't have yesterday. I'm not sure. I think it's Nico. We have 12 skaters. It looks like we got the full squad out there. We're still down a line of injuries and sickness. And I don't see Cade here, so Henry is the only goalie dressed for us, so he'll be in net today. All right, that holds the end of the warm-up. right, they break from the huddle around the net. And we'll get set up at center ice for a puck drop. Starting line looks like Dylan, Brody, Dakota, William, and maybe Chris. Chris is cleaning up some pucks, so it looks like he's going to stay on the ice. And Henry in net for us. We're shorter defenseman. Chris is coming back out. All right. So Dylan is taking a face-off. Dakota's on the far side. Brody's on the near side. First period getting ready to start. And Richmond won the draw. We're going to put some pressure on, though. And it goes off the neutral ice, handled by Brody there. Banging around in neutral ice. And Dakota's going to pick it up, ship it back to William. William sends it back to Dakota, but can't handle the pass. Richmond takes it into the zone. They're onside. And got behind our defense a little bit, and now getting loose puck now comes into the slot, knocked away by Dylan. Dylan's going the other way now. I got joined by Dakota and Brody on the rush. Going to wind up, takes a shot, goes off the defender, and now center right in front of the net. And they take it behind the net, and Dakota poke checks it away, and now loose puck behind the net. Dakota's got it, looking for a pass. Sends it in the crease, intercepted by the defense, out to the high slot. Williams there, banks it back in, now bouncing around, it comes out to neutral ice. And now settled by Dakota. And he sends that guy intercepted by Richmond. Richmond's going to get onside here. Offside's the call. The far side got a little in front of the puck. And back to neutral ice for a face-off. 14-12 to go in the period. Fresh legs for both teams. Z's out there taking the draw. Geffen, Yosef, Danny, and Cohen. And controlled by the Patriots. Yosef's guy is going to charge into the zone. Looks like he's going to try to split the D. No, he goes to the right. I still hasn't on a point. I made a move, lost it in the circle, picked up by Geffen, and now somebody lost a glove, and it goes flying up there. But Danny steps up and dumps the puck in deeper. Z's down there, but can't quite handle the pass. Now the puck's loose behind the net and sent around by Richmond. And now Danny holds his own, kicks it back. Z's going to pick it up in the circle. And back to Richmond and back to our point. Danny shovels it in, and no one can handle that. It goes all the way now back down at the end line. And picked up and fired back to the point. Danny's there, stops the puck, flicks it back in. Loose puck settled by, tucked in the corner. And it hit something weird on the boards and stuck down there. The referee's there too, it might have hit him. And Danny holds his zone, but it's banging on it. Now it squirts out and picked up by Z. Z tried to center, goes to Yosef. Yosef's going to bring him in the slot. Attempted a shot there, but now flung out of the zone by Richmond. This could be icing. Icing's the call, it's going to come all the way back. 13-14, stoppage of play. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Patriots and fresh legs. Zach, Johnny, Nico, Langston, and Jackson. Good to see Langston back. All right, Zach is taking the faceoff. Johnny's in the slot. No score on the board yet. Controlled by the Patriots and then taken away by Richmond. Richmond's going to push it over here to the near side and look like they're going to try to clear the zone. Stepping up with Zach, though, kicked it away, now settled by Richmond, now through neutral ice. Going the other way, and he's going to wind up, takes a shot, redirected off the net by Henry, over here to the near side, picked up by Zach. Zach tried to clear it out, but it didn't get out of the zone. He's going to take a shot from there, and Henry played it and knocked it ahead for Langston, and now touched it out of the zone by Johnny, and Richmond sends it back to the blue line. They're going to get back on side here, and they charge back into the zone and getting some pressure, though, from the Patriots defense. They settle the puck, going to take a shot, redirected off net by Henry. Come over to the near side. Langston's going to step up and push it towards the blue line, but held in by Richmond, and still battling for the puck down there. Goes into the slot, kicked out of there by Nico, and out to neutral ice. Kicked that by Richmond, but just picked up by Zach, and now knocked out of the zone, puts us offside. We got to get back onside. Nico's there, battling for the puck, lost it. Now chipped in by Johnny. And it hit a skater as he was leaving the ice and stopped there, but now picked up by Richmond. And now hammered back by Dakota, back into the offensive zone, but not very long. And now sent on, missed the net, and icing's the call, going to come all the way back into the offensive zone. 12:04 on the stoppage of play. We got some fresh legs out there. It's Brody, Dylan, Dakota, William, and Chris. A little confusion here on what circle the boys are into, but they figured it out. So Dylan is taking the face-off. Brody's in the slot. And controlled by Richmond right off the draw, but knocked away by Dakota. Now picked up again by Richmond, trying to get out of there, but Dakota's forechecking hard. And keeps the forecheck on, but Richmond still controls the puck. Now skating hard to break out, and they do. Chris is going to get turned around here and try to slow him down. And they bring it in. Both players go down. No call. Now picked up by Dylan. And now some pressure there by Dylan, and now knocked out of there. But now Richmond settles the puck. And getting some back pressure here. Bringing it on the near side of the net, looking for a pass, sends it over to the near side circle, back to the player behind the net. And he's going to bring it towards the net, into the crease, and takes a shot, missed the net high, comes over to the near side. Approaching the puck is Brody, and goes out towards the blue line, but held in by Richard. Ricochets off of Dakota and goes to the left side of the net. Now handled by William out towards the point. Brody steps up to try to knock it away, goes off behind the net. Chris is down there, but so is the Richmond player. They poke it ahead for Dakota. Dakota's got it now, fires it out of the zone. They're saying icing's the call. It's going to come all the way back. We're going to make a change on that stoppage of play. 11:06 says the clock. First period continues. No score on the board. Z's out there. Yosef, Cohen, Gaffin, and Danny. Z taking a face-off. Cohen and Gaffin are in the slot. And Richmond wins the draw. Immediately throws it on net. And Henry doesn't know where it's at. It goes over here on the near side, picked up by Gaffin. But now taken away by Richmond. Richmond sends it into the slot. There's nobody there. Goes over to the other point. Clears the zone. Back to neutral ice. Some pressure there from Yosef, but he can't. Now they're back on side. They dump it in. Loose puck now behind the net. Chasing after a bouncing puck is Cohen. He's going to settle it here. And he sends it back the other way. There's nobody over there. And now Yosef goes and fetches it. He's got some pressure from Richmond. And the puck comes squirting out towards the blue line. Now Gaffin reached for it, but didn't touch it. Sent ahead by Z. Z fetches his own get and now brings it over the red line and dumps it in. Now picked up by Richmond. Richmond immediately sends it over and out of the zone and all the way down. Could be icing. Icing's the call. It's going to come all the way back. 10:24 on the stoppage of play. Now an offensive zone faceoff for the Patriots and fresh legs for both teams. Still no score on the board. Zach's out there. Nico, Johnny, Langston, and Jackson. Zach taking the draw. Johnny's in the slot. Controlled by Richmond off the draw, but now picked up by Nico. Nico takes a shot, got redirected off the net, comes over to the near side, picked up by Richmond on the backhand. Some pressure though by Zach. They clear it out, but held in by Nico. And now over to Johnny. Johnny takes a shot, goes into the rafters. Didn't touch the rafters though. Now pushed at by the Patriots and is stuck on the far side boards there, battling for the control of the puck. And now squirts out into the circle, and now they fire it out towards the, still stuck down there. Now Johnny hits it and goes down here over the near side. There's a Richmond player there who's going to dig it off the boards and now looking for a pass, sends it out of the zone. Langston's there, stopping it at the blue line, and now Richmond gets on side, but handled by Jackson. Jackson sends it, but he hits the referee, now back out to neutral ice. And Nico's at neutral ice, can't touch that though. Now Richmond's going to dump it back in, and they're back on side. Puck goes in deep behind our net. Langston's there, but he's getting approached by a forechecker. Big collision, and the puck comes out towards the circle, now swatting at it and clears the zone. Now it's a foot race going the other way. Zach's getting some pressure here and ties him up, but not enough to hold the zone. Richmond gets back to neutral ice, and now going the other way, enters the zone, and now he's going to take a shot from the outside, blocked away by Henry over to the near side. Nico's there, but can't clear the zone. Richmond holds it, takes a shot, gives up a rebound, puck's loose on the side of the net, and now reaching out, but can't cover it. And Zach's going to try to poke it out, and got it towards the boards, but not out of the zone. Johnny flicks it, got a big collision right at the blue line, and I got a whistle. Not sure who's doing what, but the door for Richmond is opening. I think this is going to be a penalty on Richmond. Roughing's the call. 2-minute minor penalty, I assume. 9:01 to go on that stoppage of play. First period continues. Power play opportunity for the Patriots. Dakota's in the slot. Dylan taking the draw. Behind him is Brody, William, and Chris. And now controlled, Brody, Dylan lost his stick on a draw. Now battling for it, tying him up is Brody, but puck comes out to William. William's going to immediately take a shot. Goes to net. Got redirected off the net by the skates of the defenseman. And now battling for control of the puck. It squirts out, now picked up by Richmond. Forward checking those Dylan. Puck squirts out. Dylan's there, but got smeared into the boards. Now picked up by Dakota. Dakota throws it on the net. Kicked away by the defenseman. Coming over the near side. Williams thought he was going to step up, but he backed off. And now picked up by Richmond going the other way. And now it's Chris by himself with taken away in a back check by the Patriots. It's Brody. Brody sends it ahead for Dillon can't quite handle it, but neither can Richmond. Now Richmond kicks it back to neutral ice, going the other way. They find an open man on the far side. Chris trying to catch up and slow him down. Takes him down, no call. And now some pressure there from William. William takes the puck away, and he's got some room to skate. And here he comes the other way, getting joined by Dakota and Dillon. And now enters the zone, makes the move, but left the puck there, and now chipping at it. And we've got a tired line. They're slow to get back. Now brings it, poking at it. Nice poke check there, and now going the other way. Dillon's going to pick it up, getting joined by William on the rush. Dillon takes a shot. Score! Goalie was partially down, and that shot went high and careened into the net, and that puts the Patriots up 1-0. Power play goal. 7:51 in the first period. Dillon gets credit for unassisted goal there. Z's out there now, Gethin, Joseph, Danny, and Cohen. And Richmond won that draw, getting some pressure though from the Patriots. They fired across ice and they find an open man. They enter the zone. Danny approaches, gets behind him a bit, and now the puck goes on net. Loose puck comes over the near side. Gethin's there, and he fires it back to the blue line, but held in by Richmond. Richmond dumps the puck in now deep behind the net. Down there is Danny. Danny settles the puck, fires it high off the boards, but out towards the point and held in by Richmond. And now kicked at by Z. Z brings it out of the zone and now crosses the red line, sends it ahead to Gethin. Gethin brings this onside, makes a move. It got chipped away by a poke check of the Richmond team, and now Richmond's pushing it ahead, finds a Richmond player at center ice. They're going to shovel this puck in, and it's going to just miss the net here. But Richmond's forecheckers there got poked away by Cohen. Z sends it out, but not out of the zone. Held in by Richmond. They charge towards the net, throw it off the side of the net, and now puck's loose, comes over the near side, picked up by Gethin. Gethin's going to swing at it. Can't clear the zone. Takes a shot. Got redirected. Missed the net. Cohen's there. Fires it out towards the blue line again. Held by Richmond. Back to their point. Dumps it back in. Loose behind the net. Going over the far side. Joseph's over there. He's going to dig it off the boards, but he's got some pressure there from Richmond, and Richmond holds his own, dumps it back in. Loose puck now behind the net. Going to get picked up by Danny. Danny settles the puck now, trying to get away from that forecheck. Sends it ahead for Gethin. Gethin's going to try to clear out. Can't. And now Richmond brings it into the circle, and they take a shot. Miss the net. Goes over to the right side. And swooping in is Richmond to kick it in a little deeper, but Z's down there to pick up this puck. Z's going to push it ahead, hits the Richmond player, and now James got to go fetch it. Puck's on his edge, and now Richmond takes it away. And now loose puck behind that. Big collision now picked up by Danny going the other way. Danny sends it ahead for Gethin. They clear the zone. And some pressure here. Richmond's trying to get back onside, and they're changing. Made a move and left the puck there, but they're onside. And now they throw it on net, but it hit a defender, and now Richmond takes a shot. Big rebound, loose in front of the net. And now Henry reaches out, covers it, and that'll stop play. 6:04 on the stoppage of play. First period continues. Patriots have a 1-0 lead. Fresh legs out there. Richmond just made a change, so Patriots are, we got Johnny, Langston, Zach, Jackson, and I think it's Nico. Zach taking the face-off. Johnny and Langston are in the slot. And Patriots want to draw back to Jackson. Jackson fires it over here to the near side point. Richmond stepping up, trying to hold the zone, and they do. Now poked out of there by Zach. Now it's a loose puck and neutral ice. It goes back in our defensive zone. Langston's there. Chips it ahead for Johnny. Johnny lost the puck, though, and they throw it back in. Now Langston's going to settle the puck. Looking for a pass. Gets past the first goal checker, and lost the puck at the red line. Pushes it ahead, though. Now chips it in. It goes on net, and the goalie's going to have to play this, and chips it over to the far side. Now picked up. Langston's continuing his forecheck. He's in deep now. And out at the point, backing him up. And now puck comes across the red line, and now chasing to catch up is Johnny. And they hold the zone. They're onside. Goes off of Langston. You didn't see where it went. Went straight down. Now goes into the corner. And Zach's there, but the puck is on its edge, and he flicks it high, and it goes into the netting, and that'll stop play. And I assume this is going to be a defensive zone faceoff because he flung it out of play into the netting in our defensive zone. Fresh legs out there. Brody, Dillon, Dakota, Chris, and William. Dillon taking the faceoff. Referee directing traffic. And controlled by the Patriots, but taken away by Richmond. And now it's battling for control of the puck in the corner here. A bunch of players go down. The puck squirts out behind that. He sends it into the crease, knocked away by Chris. Nice defensive stop there. Dillon gets to it and trying to kick it out of the zone, but held in by Richmond. Richmond dumps it back in. There's a Richmond player there, but so is a couple Patriots. And now he sends it towards the net, but lost the puck. Goes into the corner. They tried to center it. There's a Richmond player right on the side of the net. Sends it through the crease, but it didn't touch anything. Goes over to the far side corner, and I dump it back behind there. There's a Richmond player there trying to center it. Banging on him as Chris shoots and goes off the side of the net. Now a loose puck behind the net, squirts out. and got him smeared into the boards. And now they got it on the backhand in the circle, now picked up by Dakota, but now Richmond has the puck. They send it out to their point. He's going to take a shot. Dakota's there, hand passes the puck, now out of the zone and neutral ice, and Dakota steps up trying to hold it there. Now Richmond gets back on side, but now back checking, and now Chris is there, chips it away, goes against the boards. And the big collision, Dakota goes down, but pops right back up. Now Richmond's got it in the circle, now in the slot, getting tied out. Chris brings it out of the traffic there and sends it out of the zone. Back to neutral ice, settled by Richmond, and forechecking was Dakota, but can't do anything on that. Now Richmond's going to charge back in the offensive zone, leaves the puck at the point. Going to take a shot from the top of the circle and hit Brody in the back. Now Brody settles the puck, and looking for a pass, sends it ahead for Dylan. Dylan clears it out, and Geffen's there, got a one-on-one, going to turn into a one-on-two. Now chipped away by the defense, but Geffen keeps his forecheck on. Dylan go dig the puck off the board, takes a shot, goes on net, goes straight up in the air, loose puck, still loose, tries to shoot it again. I don't know where the puck is, but they blew it dead. Goalie was laying on his back and had it covered somehow, and that'll stop play. 3:45 on that stoppage of play. First period continues. We got fresh legs. Z's out there, Joseph, Geffen, Danny, and Cohen. Geffen's in the slot, Z taking the draw. And Richmond won the draw, but puck comes out, and now we're going to get Stephanie. Danny gets to it, takes a shot. Goalie saw it and gloved it, and that'll stop play. I don't think that shot was actually going to be on net. The goalie reached up pretty high and grabbed it anyway. And Richmond won the draw, and now they're settling the puck, they're getting some pressure. Comes out to the point, Danny chips it ahead, but it hits the Richmond player. Now settled on the boards by, comes squirting out of there, now takes a shot! Oh wow, goalie, the defenseman got a piece of that and disrupted it a little bit, but it didn't go on net. Now Cohen sends it into the slot and forwarded by Joseph, but can't do anything on net there. Now the puck's, and now they clear out going the other way, and there was the cherry picker back behind us. And he's on side, but he's got a trailer. Finds a trailer, hits the bar! Got lucky there. Now pushed that by Danny, but can't clear the zone. Now left it in the circle. Now they dump it in deep. Loose puck behind the net. Chasing after it is Richmond gets there, and now they center it. Goes off the side of the net, and now Z's there. He's been playing keep away and pushes it to Geffen. Geffen now settles the puck, and he's going to skate backwards towards behind our net with it. They're trying to get away from the forecheck. Sends it out here to the point, but there's nobody there except Richmond. Richmond settles the puck in the top of the circle, takes a shot, and Henry saw that and gloved it, and that'll stop play. 2:40 to go in the first period. Patriots are up 1-0, and we're going to get, both teams are changing. So Johnny, Langston, Jackson, Zach, and Nico. Nico and Langston are in the slot, and Zach is going to take the draw. Controlled by Richmond, back to their blue line, and now he sends it in. There's a player in the circle, takes a shot. Henry saw that, covers it, no rebound. 2:33 on the stoppage of play. Another defensive zone faceoff coming here for the Patriots. And Richmond won the draw and shifted in though. Now fired over to the far side by Jackson. It kicked out to the point, held back in by Richmond, now loose behind the net. And chasing after it is Langston, but Richmond is there. Now they bring it to the side of the net. And he takes a shot, scores. And they tie the game. 2:20, 1-1. Dakota's out there, Dylan, Brody, Chris, and William. And Richmond won the draw. They send it in, and now they control the puck. And in the corner, Williams getting some pressure on him. And squeezes him off the puck. Loose puck now picked up by Richmond. Richmond brings him into the circle. They fling it out, but now just there is Brody. Brody going the other way, brings him across the red line. Made a move, tried to split the defense, and we lost the zone. We got to get back on side. Now he takes it, put himself offside there, and that'll stop play. 1:55 to go. Offsides is the call. Tie game now, 1-1. Dylan taking the face-off. Brody, Dakota, Chris, and Wayne. Control by the Patriots, but went way back, and Chris is going to chase after. He's got a forechecker on him, though. Sends it out of the zone. Back to neutral ice, settled there by Richmond. Intercepted by Brody. Brody's now pushing in the zone. dumps it in, and now it's a foot race. Chasing after it on a forecheck is Dillon and Brody. Dillon's there first, and now ships it over here to the near side. They clear the zone, but intercepted by Chris at neutral ice. Now picked up by Richmond on a turnover. They had a trailer there, but he missed the pass. Now back checking here, coming over to the far side, and now William brings it in. They take to push it on net, clears out to the high slot. Brody's there, going to collect the puck, and he's joined by Dakota. Also on a trailer, and he dumps it in. A loose puck behind the net. Forward checking is Dakota on the far side. Puck comes out towards the point, and just Richmond players over there, and they chip it ahead, and they're going to clear the zone. Banging on it, though. Cohen's there, and slows it down. They're offside, and that's what that whistle is. 1:08 to go. Back to neutral ice for a faceoff. Little change in the line. Z's out there. Yosef, Geffen, Cohen, and Danny. Z taking the draw. Little false start there on that drop. And now Richmond on the draw and dives into the zone. And now settled by Z, sends it out of the zone. Richmond's offside. They're going to get back onside in the group here. And now they cross the red line. They're going to charge in the zone. The high side takes a shot. Ricocheted off a defender. And it's Danny. He's wincing from that shot. Puck comes over to the near side. And now loose puck behind the net. Danny seems like he's okay. Got to it. Sends it ahead for Yosef. Yosef can't quite handle it. Comes back to their point. Takes a shot. Goes off of Z. Takes another shot. Goes in deep behind the net. There's a Richmond player there. Sends it off the side of the net. Now goes over the top of the net. Now loose puck behind that. Picked up by Richmond. They send it over. And now got a whistle. Slashing is the call. I don't know who the penalty is on there. Danny's going to the box for slashing. And okay, so we're going to be in a penalty kill for the rest of the period, I think, unless they score. 33 seconds left on the clock for the first period. Tie score. Penalty kill for the Patriots. It's Yosef, Z, Langston, and Jackson. And Richmond wins the draw, charges towards the net, shoots, misses the net though, comes over to the near side. Richmond collects the puck, sends it out to their point. He settles the puck, he's going to wind up and take a shot. Misses the net to the right, goes over to the far side, going to go get this. Yosef sends it out to the blue line, but they hold it in and they take a shot. It hits the Richmond player now into the slot, loose puck. It's got on the backhand, but Langston's interrupting that. Now he takes a shot, and Moose knocked it away, and then they scored on a rebound. Power play goal for Richmond with 8.5 seconds left. Richmond goes up 2-1. And back to neutral ice. All right, Dakota, Dillon, Brody, Langston, and Jackson. Richmond won the draw and brought it back in their defensive zone, but now they're back to neutral ice, and now they're going to hammer it in. It goes on net, and that'll end the period. So after one period of play, the score is 2-1 Richmond, and the first intermission is going to begin now. The first intermission is over, but the benches apparently don't realize this. The referee's twice blown the whistle, and the horn is sounded. The referee's now calling for the players to come approach the puck. Okay, we're defending the right side of the screen for this period. And it'll be William, Dillon, Brody, Dakota, and Chris. Henry's still in that. Dillon taking the draw. Brody's on the far side. And Richmond wins the draw. And they fire over the far side. Picked up now by Williams. Williams is swatting at it. Left is there at the red line. Now shovels it ahead for Dylan, but lost the puck. Now they fired it into the zone. This could be icing. And no icing call, but it was icing. And now picked up by Chris. Chris shovels it over the far side. There's some collisions there, but Brody's there. And now he's pushed out of his zone by Dylan, but can't keep up with his own puck. And now Richmond settles it, but forward checking, and now comes out to neutral ice. And Williams there, tips it ahead, but intercepted by Richmond. Richmond makes a move, gets past our defense there, and now has it on a backhand. Now settles on a forehand, then lost the puck. Now sends it towards the net, knocked out of there by the defense. Picked up by Dakota and clears his zone. Now chasing after his own get, putting some pressure on the puck. And they send it back out of the zone. We're offside now. Williams there poking at it, neutralized. Now Dakota catches up with it, throws it in. It goes in onside, but picked up by Richmond. And now reaching for it and picking it up. Dylan fires it on net, backhanded. Goalie had to play that. And now picked up by Richmond's defense. And they swing out of the zone, going all the way down. It could be icing. Icing, no, they waived the icing. I don't understand. They've missed 2 icing calls here. Now Chris left it in the corner though. Richmond sends it out, but intercepted there by Brody. Brody clears the zone. Richmond's there to pick it up, but they're offside. And hammers a shot. Williams stepped into that, wincing from that shot. I'm confused. They're going to make the face-off here at the blue line. That was pretty grossly offside. Okay, Cohen, Danny, Yosef, Zach, and Gethin. Patriots won the draw. Danny sent it ahead, but now goes in the zone. Forechecking. Yosef got behind him, shoots and scores. Unassisted goal for Yosef. 13:38 ties the game. 2-2. They're going to stay out there, rewarded for more time. Okay, I take that back. Z's out there now. And it wasn't Zach, it was Z. Okay, so now we got bouncing ahead for neutral ice, picked up by Richmond. Richmond's going to quickly turn and get in the offensive zone. They're onside. They send it over another Richmond play. He's got it on the back and brings it to the net. Misses the net. Goes over to the far side. Approaching the puck is Yosef. Smears him into the line. We have a whistle coming. See, I think it's going to be hitting the back by Yosef. See if this is a major penalty or a minor penalty. So he's saying a 2 for 10. We're going to have to put another player in the penalty box. 2 for 10 on Yosef. And I think Nico's going to serve the penalty with Yosef. We're going to be in a penalty kill for 2 minutes. 13:20. Z's out there. Gethin, Langston, and Jackson. Langston and Gethin are in the slot. Z taking a face-off. And Richmond won the draw. They bring it to the point, and he's going to wind up take a shot from the top of the circle. Missed the net. Goes flying in the air behind the net. Now picked up by Z. Z lost the puck. Now he shoots it on net. Missed the net. Comes over to the near side. And retrieved there by Richmond. Richmond's going to send it behind that. There's a Richmond player there. Gethin got a piece of that with his skate. Now picked up by Langston. Langston fires it out towards the far side point. Held there by Richmond. Richmond dumps it back in. There's a Richmond player in the corner waiting for it. Now brings it on the backhand towards the net. Sends it over to a one-timer. Missed the pass, though. Now big collision. Gethin gets a piece of it. Got taken down by a Richmond player. No whistle. Now Z clears the zone. Short-handed. Gets it out to neutral ice. And Gethin is slow to get up, but got back up. Now Richmond fires it across ice, and they enter the zone. Takes a shot, and Moose got a piece of that. It goes up into the netting behind the goal, and that'll stop play. Minute 15 left on the kill. 12:35 left in the period. Fresh legs for both teams. William and Chris are on defense. Dylan and Brody. Chris sets up in the slot with Brody, and Dylan is going to take the faceoff. And Richmond won the draw, but taken away by Brody. And now clears the zone, but could be icing. They're waving the icing, and now picked up by Richmond. Richmond's got the puck, and forechecking is Dylan. The puck was flying in the air, and now Dylan's swatting at it. It comes out towards the blue line, held in by Chris. Chris dumps it in deeper. It hit somebody or something, and now bounces, and now they clear the zone. Banging on it was Dylan. The momentum of the puck. He carried that puck about 10 feet. No call, though. And now coming the other way, Richmond's going to dump it in. William tried to touch it up, but didn't get anything on it. Now it goes behind the net. Chris is there, but he's got a forecheck on him. Sends it over to the near side. Coming towards the blue line, Richmond holds his own. Going to wind up and take a shot. Whiffed on a shot. Lost the puck there. Now just dumps it in. Loose puck behind the net. Goes over to the far corner. Chris is there, going to put some pressure on the puck. Comes into the slot, but didn't get enough of that. And now over to Dylan. Dylan's going to hammer it out of the zone back to neutral ice. And now Richmond's offside. Richmond gets back onside and dumps it in. Loose puck now behind the net. Going to go get it in the corner is Chris. Chris has got a forecheck on him. Chips it ahead. And to Brody. Brody lost his edge and fell down. But now Richmond throws it on net. And now Moose has got to cover it, and that'll stop play. 9 seconds left in the penalty kill. 11:29 on the clock. We're going to make some more changes. Johnny's out there now. Zach, Cohen, and Danny. Johnny and Danny are in the slot. Zach taking draw. Richmond won the draw. Richmond's going to settle the puck in the circle. Bring it in down. Like whiffed on a shot. Johnny's there trying to disrupt it. Richmond just dumped it over the far side. Now Zach's there. Hammers it out towards the point. Clears his zone. Back to neutral ice. We're back to full strength. Although Yosef's still in the box. Now Richard's got on a forehand, looking for a pass or a shot. Brings it over here to the near side and knocked out of there by Zach, and now they clear the zone. Richmond's got to get back on side, and they regroup at neutral ice. Forechecking is Nico. They dump it back in our defensive zone, but airmailed out of there by Cohen. And now Richmond flex the puck. They're banging on it. Now they get back on side. Cohen's banging on it, trying to get it out of there. And that goes on net, and now picked up by Zach. Zach flicks it out, but not out of the zone. Richmond's going to settle that, and then they take a shot. And Henry saw it and gloved it, and that'll stop play. Back to full strength. 10:43, tie game. Second period continues. And we're going to make some more changes. Full change here for both teams. So it's Dakota, Dylan, Brody, Langston, and Jackson. Dylan taking the draw. And we won't even set up before they drop that puck. Sends it over to the other point. He's going to take a shot from there. Missed high over the net. Goes into the glass. So now settled by Richmond. Now getting some pressure from Jackson. Puck squirts out of there. Richmond pushes it out, but Dakota's there. Dakota airmails this out. It could be icing. Icing's the call. Going to come all the way back. 10:27 on the stoppage of play. Back in the defensive zone. All right, now we're set. Brody and Langston in the slot. Dylan taking the draw. And Richmond on the draw, and they're going into the slot. Takes a shot. Moose got a piece of that. But the rebound goes to Richmond, and they score. And that puts the score 3-2 with 10:20 to go in the period. All right, we're going to make some more changes. Z, Johnny, Gethin, Jackson, and Langston. Z taking the faceoff. Controlled by Patriots. Gethin's going to dump it in on a backhand, and now it's a foot race. Johnny's on a forecheck. And taken away by Richmond. Richmond skating with him now. Going to try to break out. They skate hard going the other way. Got to get back. Lost his edge, though, and fell down, but managed to kick the puck ahead. Z's there in his face trying to slow him down, and now the puck's stuck on the boards. Richmond's trying to clear it ahead. Now brings in a little deeper. Now Richmond's got it. Now got a whistle. Roughing is the call. See who his penalty's on. I think it's on Richmond. Richmond took a roughing penalty. 9:57 on the stoppage of play. Power play for the Patriots. 2 minutes. We made a few more changes here. So it's Chris and William on defense. Dylan, Z, and Gethin. Z taking a draw. Dylan sets up on the high slot. And Patriots on the draw. Z sends it to Gethin. Gethin's having a hard time handling it. Just dumps it in. No loose puck behind the net. Z's there. Lost the puck though, but now goes and fetches it. Heads on the backhand. Sends it out to the high slot. Chris is going to step up. Sends it over to Gethin. Wrong time to Gethin. He hammers it into the netting high above the goal, and that'll stop play. 1:45 left in the power play. 9:42 left in the period. And the referees are discussing this. I think it's going to come out of the zone. Faceoff's coming out of the zone. Okay, Z taking a fade. They're going to stay out there for another drop. Controlled by Richmond. Short-handed here. They throw it over the other side. Stepping up to is William. Then looking for a pass. And it hit the Richmond player, but now it's settled by Z. Z dumps it in. Now it's a foot race. Puck's loose behind the net. Forechecking is Gethin. So is a big collision. Loose puck now picked up by Richmond. And Gethin's going to try to catch up to him. Richmond flings it out of the zone. Clears out going the other way. And Richmond got some speed on, but so Williams there. Now Richmond makes a connection, but lost the puck. Loose puck behind the net, battling for control of it. And now Z digs it out of there, and now skating with it. Looking for a pass, going to send it to Gethin. Gethin swats at it, gets it out of the zone. Forechecking is Dillon. And Richmond tried to make that connection, but couldn't. Now sends it through neutral ice. And still another minute and 5 seconds left in the power play. Sends it to Dillon. Dillon flicks it ahead. Hand pass down by Richmond. No call. Now Williams sent it back, but no one was waiting for that. And now got to go fetch it in our defensive zone. Chris sends it back. Hit the referee. Now push to Z. Z had to slow down to get that, but now it does, and now dumps it in. Loose puck now going deep behind the net. And forechecking. And now Richmond's going to try to skate with it. Gethin steps up and takes the puck away. Sends it to Z. Z's going to wind up. Takes a shot. Got on net, but the goalie got a big pad on that. And now Richmond's going to clear it out. And now touched up by Chris and over to William. And Williams had to go get the puck and sends it ahead. Missed the pass, though. Richmond collects the puck, and now offsides on Richmond. We'll see where this face-off comes, because he was pretty deep in the offensive zone there. There's 25 seconds left in the power play for the Patriots. They're pointing towards center ice. So a little bit of a positional advantage, but not much. 8:22 to go in the period. Now they're seeing the other blue line. Okay, new legs out here. We got Nico, Zach, Johnny, Cohen, and Danny. And Richmond won that draw, but Danny steps off, flicks the puck over to Nico. Nico backhands it in deep, and loose puck forechecking is Johnny. Richmond's there, and they send it out. And it's almost intercepted by Zach. Now out towards the high slot. Cohen's there, flicks the head into the slot, lost the puck, takes a shot. And loose puck now picked up by Richmond. Richmond throws it high out the glass. Danny kicks it to hold it in the zone, but now Richmond's there and they fling it and it goes all the way down. It could be icing. No icing, they say. And Zach's going to go fetch his puck, and he does. He has to settle it because it's on its edge. Now sends it high. It goes out of play, but I think it hit a Richmond player before it left it. I don't know. They're pointing towards the zone, so I think Zach threw it out of the play there. So it's going to be a defensive zone faceoff. Full strength now for Richmond. And Richmond is up 3-2. So we got Dakota, Danny, Brody, Dillon, and Cohen. And Richmond won the draw. They're going to take a shot from the top of the circle, miss the net, comes over to the near side. And Richmond sends it again, goes again, and now got to Dakota's there, chips it out of the zone, and now it's a foot race. Richmond gets there first, but Dakota's putting some pressure on the puck. Now Richmond's got it going the other way, and they're onside. Takes a shot on net, gave up a rebound, takes another shot, missed the net. Now it goes on net again, knocked away by Henry, knocks it over to the corner, and Brody's there. He's going to try to get it out, but intercepted by Richmond. Richmond got on the backhand, now forehand, brings it, kicks it, and takes a shot, misses the net. And now Richmond gets the puck again. Now they send it towards the crease, but intercepted by Danny. Danny flicks it out of the zone over to Dakota, and it's a foot race. Dakota brings this onside, he's got a trailer. He's going to bring it towards the net, shoots! Missed the net, comes over to the far side. Stepping up is Danny, and Langston sends it in. Now puck's in deep. Dakota's there. We made some more changes. Dakota trying to dump it in, but can't. Now lost the puck, but now they're going to clear the zone. Richmond made a couple moves there. We got to get back on defense. Now Richmond's onside. Sends it into the slot. Big collision, and now knocked away by Jackson. Jackson skating with it now, getting joined by Gethin and Dillon. Dillon's going to come off the ice, changing. And Jackson dumps it into himself. He's going to go fetch it in the corner. And sends it in the slot, knocked away by Richard. Over to Z. Z tried to take a shot, but it got stick lifted by over to Brody. Brody shoots, goes redirected high over the top of the net. Gethin's there, going to sit out in the corner. Taken away by Richmond. Richmond dumps it in. Couldn't be icing. That's a foot race going the other way. It could be on net, but Jackson's going to get there first. And asking for the puck from Moose. And now the puck goes into the corner, picked up by Z on a backhand. Forechecking those two players from Richmond. Z puts the brakes on to get away from them and sends it after Gethin. Gethin's by himself here. It sends it across. I can't quite make that connection to Johnny. The loose puck in neutral ice. Richmond dumps it back in, but Z's there. Collects the puck, sends it off the Richmond player, and they hold the zone. Sends it off the boards now. Stuck there. Now Richmond's got it. Richmond brings him in the slot. Out to the high slot. Gonna wind up. Takes a shot. Who saw that? Oh, no! Rebound. Moose couldn't get back, and when he did, it reflected off his pad and went in the net. So Richmond scores 4-2 Richmond, 5:48 to go in the period. Unfortunate there. He was down on the butterfly, but not sealed on the edge of the net. And Richmond flung it off of him, and it ricocheted in. Okay, Z's out there with Johnny. Richmond wins the draw. Gethin and William and Chris. Richmond's got it now, crosses the red line, and they bring it in. They're onside. And going to go in the corner now. Getting some pressure, though, from Chris. They leave it for another Richmond player in the circle. Now he brings it to the top circle. Shoots, misses to the left. Goes over to the far side. There's a Richmond player there to stop the puck, and now some pressure from Johnny, who sends it ahead to William. William sends it to Gethin. Gethin dumps it ahead now, getting some more pressure. Goes on the offensive zone, forechecking Gethin. Didn't get a lot on that. Johnny couldn't hold his own. Now Richmond pushes it the other way, and now they're onside and made the connection, but had to go get it. Sends it, misses the shot, goes through the crease over to the far side. Down in the circle, now out of zone, hits Johnny though. Johnny chips it ahead, now it's a foot race. Gethin got back there and pushes it ahead. Now pucks in deep and forechecking no one. And now Gethin gets in there and pokes at it, but now Richmond's there and trying to slow it down. It's Gethin, now to Z. Z's got it, takes a shot, misses the net, goes over to the far side. Johnny's down there and sweeps at the puck, and it goes all the way down. I think Johnny did that, so no icing. And Richmond beats us to the puck. And Chris is there to slow him down, though. Now kicks it around the behind the net. There's a Richmond player there to collect it, though. And they send it into the high slot. And coming off the bench and sending it another way, Nico's going to go after this, but squeezed off the puck by Richmond. Now picked up by Z. Z going to get joined by Brody here. He's going to take a shot. Goalie got to give up a rebound, but it goes over to the far side, and there's a Richmond player there, and so is Brody. A big collision. We got a whistle coming. I think it's going to be a penalty on Brody for hitting the back. Interference is the call. So a minor penalty, 2 minutes, but penalty nonetheless. And that's going to probably result in a defensive zone faceoff of the Patriots. So Joseph still in the box room is 2 for 10 earlier. Now getting joined by Brody. Danny, Cohen, Zach, and Nico. Nico and Danny set up in the slot. Zach taking the draw. Richard wins the draw, back to the high slot. Settles the puck there. Getting some pressure from Nico. Send it over the boards. Sends it on net. And Henry had to reach out, and now it finally covers it, and that'll stop the play. 4:10 on the clock, second period. Richmond is up 4-2. Penalty kill for Patriots. Richmond won the draw, back to their high slot. They skate with it here. Takes a shot. Moose gave up a rebound, goes over to the far side boards, and back to their point. Getting some pressure from Nico. Not enough, though, and they hold it in. Now goes towards the net, but intercepted by Danny. Danny's got it behind the net, fires over to inside point. Richmond steps up, holds his own. Dumps it, loose puck now behind the net. Danny's there to settle a bouncing puck. Got some pressure from Richmond, though. Sends it towards the near side boards. Takes a shot. Knocked off net by Moose out towards the other circle. Sends it in, intercepted, and swatting at it was Nico. And they try to clear it out, but had a high slot and held in by knocked out by Zach. And now they dump it back in. This is offsides. We'll see where this face-off comes. They're saying right here at the blue line. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm not the referee. There was a player down by our net, and they dumped it back in. Okay, we got some fresh legs, though. Penalty kill continues for another minute 18. It's Gethin, Z, Langston, and Jackson. And back to Langston. Langston sends to the Z. Z settles the puck in neutral ice. Short-handed now, crosses the red line. Getting joined by Gethin on the far side. Dumps it in. Loose puck now behind the net. And Richards there before checking is Gethin. Can't do much with that. Now stepping up is Jackson. Jackson throws it on net. Intercepted by a defender right in front of the slot. And now sends it through neutral ice. Going to cross the red line, going the other way. And they're offside. And that whistle will stop the play and go back into, I assume, the blue line. 54 seconds left in the penalty kill. 3:12 left in the period. Gethin, Z, Langston, and Jackson. Controlled by Richmond. Richmond sends it back to the defense. They send it to the other defender and now the end of the zone. And split our defense was chipped away temporarily by Z. Now takes a shot. Rigged rebound picked up by Jackson. Jackson skating with it now. Sends it in for Gethin. Gethin clears the zone. Out to neutral ice. 39 seconds left in the penalty kill. Richmond comes back in his zone. Immediately takes a shot. Hits Z and he calmly knocks it down and takes control of the puck. Going the other way now. And makes the moves. Pushes it to himself. Gets behind the defense. But getting squeezed off the puck by the Richmond player. Now trying to clear the zone. He does. Now Langston got turned around there. Going the other way. Richmond's onside. And got a trailer, sends it on net. Moose got a big piece of that, but now picked up by Richmond. Richmond sends it into the slot, can't make the connection. Gethin's there, clears the zone, out to neutral ice. 9 seconds left in the penalty kill. And Richmond's going to regroup here in neutral ice. They send it across the ice, and now they find an open man. They're onside. Bring it into the slot. Has it on a forehand, shoots, and Henry gloves that. And that stoppage of play will also coincide with the penalty kill ending. Joseph's still in the box for his 2 for 10, but the penalty the odd man advantage is over for Richmond. So Dakota, Brody, Dylan, William, and Chris. Brody and Chris are set up in the slot. Dylan taking the faceoff. And controlled by Richmond. And they're going to take a shot. And Moose gave up a rebound, but William got to it and trying to clear it out. Pushed to the blue line, held in by Richmond. They lost the zone. Forechecking hard as the Patriots. They turn quickly and they're back onside. And now picked up by Dylan. Dylan trying to push it to Brody. Now he does. Brody's got it. He crosses the red line, trying to get in the zone. And we got to get onside. Brody's got on the backhand. Enters the zone, flings it in there, but picked up by a Richmond player. And Richmond flings it back towards the blue line. Tidying him up, though, is Chris. And puck's stuck on the board down there. Brody's tying it up even further. Now it comes out in the circle, but Richmond's there, and they chip it towards the blue line, and they clear out going the other way. Williams got to get back on defense. And Richmond takes a shot, but William got a piece of that and slowed it down. Now picks up that rebound. Williams sends it ahead for Dylan. Dylan's going to enter neutral ice, getting joined by Brody and Dakota, and brings it into the Dakota's got it on a lost the pass, takes a shot. Goalie reached up and grabbed that. I don't think that shot was going to be on net, but the goalie reached up and caught it nonetheless, and that'll stop play. 1:19 to go in the period. Fresh legs out there, even strength. And now Joseph is out of the box. So Dylan, Brody, Dakota, Danny, and Cohen. And Richmond won that draw, but forechecking is Dylan. Dylan's got it behind the net, looking for a pass. Sends it to Brody. Brady's to take a shot from the circle. Goalie saw that, gave up a bit of a rebound there, and then they blew it dead. I think the goalie wanted to play it. That was referee talking to him, like, what are you doing? I don't know. Okay, same lines. Dylan taking the draw, and Patriots won the draw, but lost the puck. Now Brody's got it. Got it on a forehand. Takes a shot. Hit the bar. Goes into the rafters, and that'll stop play. Just a tad too high there on that shot. And it's going to result in another offensive zone faceoff. There's exactly 1 minute left in the period. And Richard won the draw. Poking at it, though, is Dakota. And now the puck comes in and stuck on the boards there. Danny trying to battle to hold the zone, swatting at it. And now it clears out going the other way. And now Richmond was behind us. And now they're on side of a 2-on-2. Puts the brakes on the circle, takes a shot. Gloved out of the air by Henry, and he covers it, and that'll stop play. 41 seconds left in the period. Defensive zone faceoff comes for the Patriots, and we're going to make some changes. Langston and Jackson on defense. Z, Geffen, and Joseph taking the ice as well. Patriots are down. The score is 4-2 Richmond. Second period is about to end. Controlled by the Patriots. Jackson fires it over the near side. Geffen's going to step up and take control of his puck. Sends it out of the zone. Richmond's got to get back inside, and they do. And then they swat at it and dunk it back in. Loose puck behind the net, going to get picked up by Jackson. Jackson lost the puck. Now it goes towards the net, but Langston fired into the corner. Now Jackson's got it again. Sends it towards the blue line, settled there by Joseph. Joseph chips it to himself. Got some speed on, getting joined by Geffen on a trailer. Goes charging towards the net. Shoots on a backhand. Goalie made an amazing save, but the puck is loose in front of the net. Reaches out and covers it, and that'll stop play. Both benches cheering that spirited play there. No goal. 11 seconds left on the clock for the period. Okay, Langston and Jackson stay on the ice. Brody, Z, Joseph. And controlled by Richmond. Richmond collects the puck now and trying to clear it out, but Joseph's down there digging on it. And still digging on it. Comes on now. Joseph's got it on the forehand. Shoots! Oh, goalie blocked it away. Now sends over here to the blue line, and that'll be the end of the period. All right, so after 2 periods of play, the score is 4-2 Richmond. Second intermission starts now. right, second intermission comes to an end. Third period getting ready to start. Referees are anxious to drop the puck, and both teams are still in huddle in front of their respective benches. Wesley, referee blows his whistle again, asking for some hockey players to join him at center ice. All right, to start the third period, we're defending the left side of the screen. It's Chris and William on defense. And Dylan, Brody, Dakota. Dylan taking the draw. Brody on the near side, Dakota on the far side. And controlled by Richmond off the draw. They have control of the puck in neutral ice. They're getting some pressure from Brody. They send it ahead. There's nobody there except Dakota. Dakota sends it back to William. William's got to do something with this quick because Richmond banged on it and send it now. Chris has got it. Chris sends it across to Dakota. Dakota's going to look for a pass. Sends it ahead for Dylan. Dylan's got some speed on but lost the puck. And left it there. Now flicks it in on the backhand. Puck's in deep behind the net. Forechecking on the near side, Brody. Brody got to touch that thing up and now send it into the slot. Lost the puck now. Picked up by Richmond. Richmond's going to clear the zone. Richmond sent it across ice, and there's a Richmond player waiting for it. Now they're going to, Chris trying to slow him down, shoots, and gives up a rebound, and now Richmond still controls the puck. They send it to another Richmond player behind the net. Sends it to the slot, backhands, and pinched there by Henry, no goal. And we're going to make some changes. Z, Joseph, Gethin, Danny, and Cohen. Z taking a draw. Joseph and Danny are in the slot. And cleared completely out of the zone. And now chasing after Hart is Joseph on a forecheck. They flung it ahead, but intercepted by Z. Z dumps it back in. We're back onside. The puck's loose, though. And now Richmond's going to approach it, but send it ahead. There's a Richmond player there, and it clears the zone. And now it got behind our defense in a little bit of a 2-on-1 here. Cohen trying to get back to slow him down. Takes a shot, misses the net. Comes high over here the near side. Comes back towards the blue line. Shipped at by the Patriots, but not out of the zone. And now banged out into neutral ice. And now Richmond's got to get reset back onside, and they do. Big collision there at the blue line, and now the puck squirts into the far corner. Going to go get it is Richmond, but Danny squeezes him off the puck. Now picked up by Cohen. Cohen sends it ahead for Gethin. Gethin sends it ahead for Joseph. Big collisions at the blue line and left the puck there. Gethin now pushed back in by Richmond, but out back to neutral ice. Richmond sends it into the corner in a weird angle. Could be icing. They waved the icing. Now picked up by Cohen. Cohen sends it ahead for Z. Z's going to have to get rid of it. And does. Sends it to Gethin. Gethin trying to clear it out, but held in by Richmond. Richmond's got a one-timer opportunity at the far circle, but missed that pass. Now it goes into the corner. Danny squeezes him off the puck. Shovels it ahead for Z. Z's got to send it ahead, but it hits something, and now it comes out towards the top of the circle, but now against the boards, out towards the blue line. Digging at it is Gethin trying to clear it out, but can't. Now Z sends it ahead for Joseph. Joseph's got it all by himself here. They're going to try to split the defense. Lost the puck though, but goes and gets it in the corner. And puck comes out towards the point. We were changing defense, so nobody there. Now squeezed into the boards by Gethin. Both players go down. Puck squirts out. Now Richmond's got it going the other way. Langston's going to get in his face. Shoots and scores from the slot, and that puts the score 5-2. 12:38 in the period. We're going to change defensemen. William and Chris are on the ice. Johnny, Zach, Nico. Zach taking the draw. Johnny on the near side. Nico on the far side. And Richard on the draw. And controls the puck across the red line. He's going to enter the zone. Chipping at it was Chris trying to slow him down. It goes in the corner. Chris is there, but so is Richmond's forecheck. Dug out of there by Zach. Zach sends it over to the near side point. Richmond steps up, holds his own. And dumps it back in. Loose puck behind the net now. Bouncing. Richmond's there to collect the puck. Williams trying to slow him down. Kicks the puck away and pushes it. Takes a bit of a hit there, but now pushes it ahead. Sends it out towards the blue line. Held in by Richmond. Richmond hammers a shot. Goes off of Zach to the far side. Nico's there. Sends it out of the zone, but over to Richmond. Richmond collects the puck and now sends it back to another Richmond player. And now is going to enter the zone onside. Chris is trying to slow him down. It goes off of Chris. Chris is going to go fetch it. Takes it behind the net. Pushes it ahead for Johnny. Johnny's trying to send it out of the zone. It does, but back to Richmond. Richmond's got some pressure there from Zach. Now dumped in by Nico. Puck goes in deep loose. Nico's forechecking. Richmond's controlling the puck now and skating with it, trying to break out, and they do. Going the other way, crossing the red line. Williams there pokes him off sides. Now Richmond's got to get back onside, and they do, but Williams takes control of the puck. Now Skating with, looking for a pass. Sends it out of the zone. Richmond's there to collect it. Richmond's got to get back on side, and they do. They dump it in. No chance icing. He dumped it in on the right side of the red line there. Now Zach goes, collects the puck, getting some pucks on its edge. Sends it over here to the near side. Nico's there. He's going to collect the puck, and now skating going the other way. He sends it across ice, but there's nobody over there. And Richmond collects the puck, and they send it. It hit the referee, and now stuck there on the boards. Now Zach's kicking at it. He's stuck near the scorer's table, and now comes out and now picked up by Nico. Nico sends it over the near side, over to William. William's going to collect the puck and now looking for a pass. Got to put the brakes on to get away from that back check. Now sends it ahead, but intercepted by Richmond. Loose puck in neutral ice, and now knocked away. Richmond's going to go onside. Brings it into the high slot. Williams poking at it, knocks it away. Now picks up the puck, has it on all by himself across the red line. Now getting joined by some teammates. Brings the puck in, takes a shot. Got redirected by the defenseman off net. Goes into the corner. Now picked up by Richmond. And they send it out towards the blue line. Richmond's there and trying to clear it out. Held in by Chris. Puck goes in loose behind the net and picked up by Richmond. We got a whistle. Not sure who this penalty's on. Looks like the penalty's on Richmond. So it's going to be a power play for the Patriots. We're down by 3 goals in the third period. Interference is the call. So it's Dylan, Dakota, Brody, Danny, and Cohen. Dakota goes to the boards. Dylan taking the draw. Brody's in the slot. And Richard on the draw. They're going to try to skate out of there with it, and they do. They're going the other way hard. They only got a skate on that. They knocked it away and disrupted their rush a little bit. They're short-handed, and they entered our zone. And the puck's in deep. Danny's going to go get it, getting tied up, though, by the Richmond player. Richmond controls the puck short-handed and brings it into the high slot, kicks it into the slot, and lost the puck, though. Now it's bouncing around in the puck. It goes over to Dakota, sends it ahead for Brody. Brody's in a 2-on-1, going the other way. Sends it over to Dakota. Dakota can't make the pass. Takes a shot. Disrupted by the defense. Richmond takes the puck away, hits the skate of a Richmond player and stays in the zone. Dakota dumps it back in, but loose puck now. Brody's going to try to collect it. Left it there in the circle. They send it out towards the blue line. Bouncing puck held in by Danny. Danny flicks it back in behind the net. Now picked up by Richmond. Forecheck mill is Dylan. They send it over to Dakota. Dakota stops it, sends it towards Dylan, but can't handle the puck. Now the puck's stuck on the boards, and now comes out to the blue line, held in by Danny. And now squirts out, and going to get picked up by Chris. Chris settles the bouncing puck, sends it to Dylan. Dylan shovels it ahead for Brody. Brody enters the zone. Got a minute left in the power play, and Richmond clears the zone. Brody fell down and slow to get up, but does get up. Chris sends it over to Danny, and now Danny's looking for a pass. Sends it across to Brody. Going to get intercepted, though, by Richmond. It goes in the air, and both players tied up and taking some punishing hits there. No call, and now we got a whistle. And now they're fighting. And continuing to fight. And now the player falls down. I don't know what's going on, but they're both going to the box. No. So we're going to be in a 4-on-3 for 42 seconds. I'm not sure where this face-off's coming. I'm not even sure what the call is. They're talking it over with the scorer's table. There is no penalty on the board, so I think they're going to be sitting on the bench the rest of the game, I think. So it's Z, Yosef, Jackson, and Chris. Z taking the face-off. Yeah, they didn't put those penalties on the board. I think they're going to sit it out the rest of the game. I don't know how it could be 5-on-4. So 5-on-4 here. Gethin came out. Referees are still talking it over with the scorer table. Got it figured out. Here comes the drive. And controlled by Richmond. And Gethin's trying to forecheck though. They send it out, clear the zone. Richmond's got control of the puck now. They're going to try to enter the zone. Goes in the high slide, takes a shot, but disrupted by Jackson. He lost his stick in the process. Z picks it up, now skating with it. Shovels it ahead for Gethin. Gethin can't go and handle the pass. Now turning around the other way. Now tied up by Z. Now lost the puck though. Z sends it, now clears it out. Trying to send it ahead for Yosef. And now Richmond clears the zone back out to neutralize. Chris collects the puck. Sends it ahead to Yosef. Yosef handles it, now enters the zone. He's going to take a shot. Goes up into the netting, and that'll stop play. There's 11 seconds left in the power play. There's 8:40 left on the clock in the third period. Patriots are down by 3 goals. The score is 5-2. Another offensive zone faceoff coming now. Z taking the draw. Gethin's in the slot. Jackson, Chris, Yosef. And controlled by Richmond, they clear the zone. Jackson touched it up, though, and slowed it down, but he's going to settle the puck in neutral ice. Looking for a pass now. Sends it over to Yosef. Yosef's going to enter the zone. Got it in the high slot. Takes a shot! Goalie saw that, gloved it, stopped it, and that'll stop play. 8:29 to go. We're going to stay out there for another shift. Richmond's making some changes. And Richmond won the draw. We're going to come flying out of the zone here, and now taking away. Chris lost his edge. It's just Richmond and a 3-on-none going the other way. And catching up, and they missed the one-timer. Now loose puck on the side of the net. Now Richmond's got it. They send it towards the net. Takes a shot on goal. Takes another shot on goal. Takes another shot on goal. And now covered by Moose. That'll stop play.
Keep it up, Jen!
Both our defenders fell down there, and Richmond had a 3-on-0 rush, but did not score. Langston, Nico, Zach, Johnny, and William. And Langston takes the puck now, skating with it, and getting in some traffic, though. Shovels it out of the zone, out to neutral ice, picked up by Richmond. Richmond dumps it back into the wrong side. Puck's loose. William's going to go fetch it. And he takes it behind the net, skating hard with it now. Sends it ahead for Nico. Nico had to slow down and get to it. Pokes it back to the blue line. Held in by Richmond and take a shot. Missed the net. Comes over to the near side. Richmond's going to collect the puck there, but getting some pressure. Sends it towards the net, but it hit a couple of players and knocked out of there. Now loose puck in the far corner. Zach's over there battling for it, but so is Richmond. Now it comes squirting out. Williams kicking at it and goes off the side of the back of the net. Now towards the front of the net. Shoots, but goes off the side of the net. Now towards the side of the net again. Langston's there. Loose puck in front of the net. And clears the zone. And now no icing because I think Richmond, now they're saying icing. Icing's the call. Richmond could have touched that and they didn't, but it's coming all the way back. 7:20. Patriots are down by 3 goals. We're going to make some changes. Cohen's out there now with Danny on defense. Dylan, Dakota, Z. Z's going to take the draw. Dylan goes to the boards. Dakota and Danny are in the slot. All right, controlled by Richmond on the draw. They take a shot. Missed the net. Stuck on the side there for a second. Now comes out. Dylan's got it. And got some room. He's going to skate. Getting drawn by Dakota and Z on the break. Flicks it in. Dumps it. Now picked up by Richmond's defense. So forechecking is Z. Sends it out, but not out of the zone. Held in by Danny. Danny sends it towards the net, but it touched up by a Richmond player over to Dylan. Dylan's going to shovel it on the backhand, but went off a Richmond skater. And now Richmond pushes it out of the zone. Richmond going the other way. Trying to catch up with Cohen, but now looks like Dylan's going to get there first. Dylan hammers it over to the far side. Danny's there to collect the puck. Looking for a pass. Sends it ahead for Z. Z's going to cross the red line. Got a 1-on-3. Going to turn it into a 2-on-4. Still controls the puck. Tried to take a lob shot there, but went high over the net. Now Dakota sends it towards the slot and taken away by Richmond. And Richmond clears the zone and now skating with it. But Danny's there to take it away and flicks it ahead for Dakota. Dakota's going to try to make a pass. Missed it. Goes over to the wrong side. Puck's in the circle, and Z was there to try and anticipate where that was going to go, but Richmond collected the puck and crosses the ice and going the other way. And now it's going to center it, intercepted by Cohen, but now they got on a loose puck in the slot. Popped and stuck to a sweater there momentarily. And now out to the high slot and clears the zone. Out to neutral ice, going to get collected by Richmond. 6:05 on a rolling clock in the third period. Patriots are down by 3 goals. Intercepted by Z at the red line. We're offside, but now get back onside and lost the puck. And now back to Jackson. Jackson looking for a pass. Sends it to Z. Z looking for a pass. Made a couple moves to get away from that forechecker. Sends it over here to the near side boards and banging on it, trying to push it in. He does. But there's a Richmond player there to collect it in the offensive zone. And now Richmond clears it out to neutral ice. They send it across ice and misses the pass, but gets it to the right effect, gets it onside. Back to neutral ice. And now forechecking is Yosef. He's got some speed on here and attacking the puck. Break takes the puck away. He's got it on a forehand. Got a trailer. Devin setting up in the slot, but getting some pressure from. And now goes to Jackson. Jackson takes a shot. And goalie got a big piece of that. Now Richmond flings it out to the blue line. It sticks there. And it's still stuck there. Now clears out of the zone. Now collected by Zach. Zach sends it back to Jackson. Jackson sends it back to Zach. Missed the pass though, but lost it. Got it behind the net. Zach's in a forechecker. And swatting at the pass was Richmond. And now Jeffrey's going to get there. He sends it back to Jackson. Jackson's got a bouncing puck that ricochets around in the circle, but collected by Richmond. 4:55 on a rolling clock here, and they cleared the zone, going all the way down, and they got behind us. So this could be icing. No icing. I don't understand that. But now collected by Richmond. Richmond trying to center the puck, but knocked away by a defender. And now picked up by Joseph, but smeared off the puck. Now Joseph's got it. Stuck on the boards. Kicks it ahead. Still stuck over there. Now squirts out. Richmond got it behind him. He's going to hammer a shot. Misses the shot. Comes over to the near side. Coming out towards the blue line. Richmond trying to clear it out. And holds his own. And Jackson sends it ahead. Now over to Joseph. Joseph's going to enter his zone. Lost the puck as he ended it. Now Richmond's going to clear it out. We're offside. And back to Jackson on defense. Jackson looking for a pass. Sends it ahead to Gethin. Gethin collects the puck. He's going to bring it in the zone. Sends it into Joseph. Joseph's got to go fetch it, though, in the corner. He got some pressure from a couple Richmond players there. Still battling for control of the puck. Has it on a circle. Tries a wraparound. He's lost the puck. Goes over to the far side. Now Gethin's there. Going to shut it in on the backhand. And goes back towards the boards. And there's a player on his knees and stopped it. Now picked up by either team. Now cleared the zone by Richmond going the other way. Jackson's down there. Got a forechecker chasing after him. Icing's the call. 3:42 in the third period. Patriots are down by 3 goals. And Dylan, Johnny, Nico, William, and Langston. Dylan taking the draw. Johnny is in the slot. Controlled by Richmond on the draw. Back to William with the high slot. He's going to skate with it over here to the side. Brings it, dumps it back in. Loose puck down behind the net. Johnny's down there. He's trying to center it. Now Dylan's got it. Dylan's got it on the forehand, looking for a pass. Made a juke move there. Takes a shot, ricocheting around. Johnny doesn't know where the puck is. It's stuck to his skate. Now picked up by Richmond. Richmond flings it out. Knocked down by William. Nice stick handling there. Gets us back. Offsides is the call, unfortunately. This baseball bat move there by William. Knocked the puck down. And not a high stick. But offsides. Dylan taking the draw. Controlled by Richmond. Richmond pushes it ahead. Williams steps up, chips it ahead to Nico and over to Dylan. Dylan now is going to enter the zone. Got on the backhand though. Still skating with it on the backhand. Sends it on a one-timer. Oh, missed the opportunity. Johnny squares up, takes a shot, missed the net. Loose puck picked up by Richmond going the other way. Johnny trying to slow him down, knocked down, and got behind our defense, and it's a breakaway for Richmond. And Langston's going to try to do something with it. Nice save by Moose, and stepping behind him, and that'll stop play. In desperation, our defense is being very aggressive here and resulted in that breakaway for Richmond. But nice stop by Henry, keeping the score where it is. We're making some changes. So Z, Brody, Cohen, Danny, and Dakota. And Richmond won the draw by taken away by Patriots. Z's going the other way. They're getting joined by Dakota. He's going to bring us outside. Heads on a forehand. Takes a shot on net. Missed the net though. Comes over to the near side. Dakota goes and fetches it. Shovels it on the backhand. Intercepted by Richmond. Richmond skating with it. Now going to break the zone. Out to the neutral. Send ahead to another Richmond player. And now Brody's there and slows down. Danny airmails it out. Could have been a high stick, but he didn't touch it. Let it go. And now it comes back into our offensive zone. And Richmond's controlling the puck in their defensive zone and sends it over to the far side. And they clear the zone. Bouncing puck back to Danny. Danny flings it high in the air, but now loose puck right at the red line. And Richmond chips it ahead towards our defensive zone. Danny sends it ahead, but it hits Dakota. Dakota sends it in the zone to Richmond's there waiting for it, and they send it ahead. Danny settles it, sends it ahead into the Richmond zone, and now handled by Richmond. And Richmond's going to shovel it out, and held in by Z. And now we're battling to hold the zone. They dump it in. The loose puck goes in deep, handled by Richmond. Forechecking is Dakota. Sends it behind Dakota, but now Dakota's going to go get it. And we got 1:45 left on the clock, down by 3 goals. Third period continues. Richmond's got the puck. They send it out of the zone. Touched up by Danny. And now Richmond got behind Cohen a little bit. Cohen trying to slow him down. Going to try hammered out of there by a defensive stop by Danny. And now picked up by Richmond. And now we got a collision. Players go down. Shot goes on net. Moose is down in the butterfly and stopped that though. And we continue to take shots on net, but now the puck squirts out and picked up by Joseph. Joseph trying to clear the zone. He does. Chasing after it. Now getting squeezed off the puck by Richmond. Richmond now sends another Richmond player. We made a change here. And Zach kicked it ahead for Joseph. Joseph now sending it back to Chris. Chris looking for a pass. Sends it to Jackson. Jackson looking for a pass. Taken away by Richmond. Richmond going to go offside here. No call though. And back to Gethin. Gethin's going to cross the red line. 58 seconds left. and brings it down a forehand. Going to try to take a shot. Goalie got a rebound there, and now pressure from the Patriots couldn't hold the zone, and now going the other way. Richmond's in a 2-on-1. Jackson back on the fence. Takes a shot, big rebound, takes another shot, goes off the side of the net, picked up by Chris. I'm sorry, it's Zach. Zach sent it out but not out of the zone. Takes another shot, it hits somebody and went down here to the near side circle. Getherin's at the puck tip, pokes it out of the zone, out to neutral ice, 30 seconds left, and Richmond controls the puck, trying to get back inside, they dump it in. Jackson's gonna go fetch this, bouncing puck, settles it, looking for a pass. Sends it out but not out of the zone. And now Richmond dumps it back in, and now loose puck behind the net. Chris is going to go fetch it. 16 seconds left. Sends it to Jack. Joseph can't clear the zone. Takes a shot, hits the back of another Richmond player, and back to Joseph. Joseph's got lost offsides, but no call. Now we got a call. There's 4.6 seconds left in the game. Offsides is the call. The score is 5-2 Richmond. This will be long enough to drop the puck, and then the game will be over. Getherin taking the face-off. Joseph, Zach, Chris, and Jackson. And they dropped the puck before the Richmond players are even set. And that'll be it. Final score, Richmond wins 5-2. That was our final game of the season. It's been fun live streaming for everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it. Tough season for the Patriots. I think we finished in 8th place. No chance playoff this year. Well, thanks for tuning into this game, and thanks for tuning in all season.